Hi everybody, Jeff here. It's day 21 of the Athlete Nutrition Plan. I'm Jeff Rubenstein. I'm a sponsored athlete with Colorado Nutrition. I'm currently working with Matt Preston over there. And as I talked about in the first edition, the first video in this journey, we talked about tracking and how important that was. So in this video, I'm going to go over a few of the tools that I'm using and resources and how this tracking has really started to become something super, super important now that I have 3 weeks worth of data to be able to look at. We also talked about the InBody scan. So I had my first one done before we started on the nutrition plan. So we had a baseline, knew where we were getting started from. And I have the second one now. The follow-up one. So I'm going to go over those results as well. So here's what's going on now. Made some notes here. So I make sure that I can get to the nitty gritty and the heart of everything and not waste your time on all the fluff, right? So tracking. Well, let's talk about building habits first. Excuse me. So what's happening now 3 weeks in is I'm starting to feel the habitual patterns existing without being conscious of them. In other words, I'm eating breakfast when it's time to eat breakfast versus eating when I'm hungry, which is what I had done prior to getting on this program. So now it's becoming more of a routine. I can feel the habits starting to form. However, I'm also very cognizant of the fact that it's going to take a lot longer than 3 weeks to form a habit. There's all kinds of studies out there, 3 months, 100 days, 30 days, all of these things. I think it's a lot longer than that to build a habit that really sticks. So we'll be following up on that as well and see how these habitual patterns are starting to play into nutrition. InBody scan results. Like I said, I have my second one, which was really cool. I'm not going to go over the results from the first one. You can go to the previous video, which is, I believe, day 10. And again, this is day 21. So what's really cool is that we had some really, really great results. So thank you, Matt, for everything. It's been fantastic here in the first 3 weeks. So check it out. I lost 2.2 pounds of weight. Now, as we talked about in the first video, we have to be very careful on what we look at with regards to the scale and what it says for a number for weight. Okay, we have to look at what that number consists of, what our body consists of between fat, lean muscle, water, and so forth. So, lost 2 pounds, which I am trying to lose weight, not necessarily because I am overweight or I have health problems related to my weight. This is an athlete nutrition plan. So I'm looking to lean myself out so I can run faster, I can move faster, and I need to keep my strength. So there's that balance of losing fat and losing muscle. Now here's the positive thing. As my weight went this way, the weight went down, my muscle mass actually went up. So my BMI, my body mass index, so my BMI went from, oh no, sorry, that's not what went up. What went up? Hold on, I'll be here. My skeletal muscle mass, that's what it is. See, these reports are so detailed. There's so much stuff in them. So my skeletal muscle mass, so the amount of muscle on my skeleton, on my body, it jumped from 88.1% to 91.5%. So almost 3 pounds of muscle that I was able to put on in those 2 weeks. Oh, wait a minute. When was this test done? This was done on the 15th. So I haven't done a video since before, so I'm going to include this here. I don't even know where I'm at now. It's probably going to be even better. It'll be interesting to see in the next video after I see Matt next Friday to see where the third scan is going to show up. But in that one, I know I added 3 pounds of muscle and lost weight. So the best of both worlds. So this is very encouraging for me. Now, I know one of two things can happen, especially in a nutrition plan like this. It can either be really, really good like this, or it may not be as good. It may actually be bad. But here's the cool thing. At least we know where we are, okay? If things hadn't been working over the last 3 weeks, we'd know it based on these results. Okay, the science doesn't lie, numbers don't lie. So we would look at these results and be able to adjust appropriately knowing where we're at. So even if they sucked, you can get better from them. Because most of us are just in this constant state of, well, it just is what it is. We don't know what our bodies are made out of as far as the composition of things. I mean, we know what they're made out of, but you guys get what I'm talking about. So that's really the gist of these scans here. And what I learned from them, oh, my visceral fat level went down to a level 4 from a level 5. And then percent body fat went down from 16.4 to 13.1. So 3% down there, down to 13. My goal is to get this closer to 5%, which I know is a really big cut. But in order for me to be in top condition, fast, strong, and so forth, that's probably about where I need to be. We'll see as we move along here. We're still a ways from that period of time. All right, I'm gonna put these in-body scans away. Seen enough of that. All right, tools. What tools am I using? Well, first of all, working with Matt in Colorado Nutrition, Matt has a complete dietary plan specifically designed for your body's needs for nutrition and your exercise, okay? So this is a very specific plan. The cool thing is I can pretty much eat anything. I mean, obviously I can't go out and get all of my protein from bacon. I could eat some bacon. It's not going to be 5 pieces of it. It may only be half a piece, but that's what's really cool. So Matt has options for every single meal, every single snack. And I think that's why on the flip side, so many diets don't work, is because it's very strict. It's very regimented. You eat this every day at this time and so forth. Now we do have some regimentation in there, if that's even a word, some regiments, but there's flexibility, which is really, really cool. So that's the one tool we're using, of course. So I log in each morning. I look at what my options are for the day. Kind of starting to feel like I'm really dialed in now, 3 weeks in. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. But I also know that there's other options out there and getting creative. The second tool that I'm using is MyFitnessPal. And this is an app from Under Armour. You can download it on iOS, Android, whatever it is, you can get it. And I would recommend the premium version. However, it's always great to start with the free, see what you can get, and then work up. What I found with the premium version, and I'm not getting paid for this, is that you can look at a lot more detail as far as your nutrients and your vitamin levels and all of these types of things. But if you're just getting started, you just need to have the app anyways, okay? You're gonna track all your food, you're gonna track all your water, everything for the most part that's out there that has a label and a UPC symbol on it. You scan it with the phone, it shoots it right in. You do your portion sizes. It's very detailed like that. You can see where you're at. Set your calorie measurements, which we've done with Matt. I know what my max is for the day based on my basal metabolic rate, which is our resting rate that we burn calories. So I know exactly how many calories I'm allotted for the day, all right? And then we work with macros with fat, protein, and what am I trying to think here? Carbohydrates. Yes, all right. That's the second tool. The third tool that I'm using is I use a Garmin tracking watch. Okay, this is a Forerunner. It's a 235. Garmin has a number of different tracking devices for exercise. Maybe you're using a Fitbit. Maybe you're using an Apple Watch. Whatever you're using, you can pair this with Strava, which is a great app to use. Now, if you're a Garmin user, you can obviously pair this to your Garmin Connect and connect your Strava account to your Garmin Connect if you want to use both of those platforms. But here's the cool thing. This is where the rubber meets the road with regard to my caloric intake. All right. So my thermogenic effect, so the effect that how quickly I burn calories, is also now increasing as my exercise increases, which gives me the ability to have more calories. So anyways, let's see how long I can hold this watch up. You get it, it's a Garmin. So those are the 3 tools. Here's where it all comes together, is that everything is linked together. So when I enter all my food into MyFitnessPal that I've gotten from the Colorado Nutrition personalized plan for me on the website, I enter all that into MyFitnessPal, I do all my exercise, and it's in my Garmin and my Strava, and connect, those are connected. So we know everything that's going in and out, and we can measure that, we can track all that. So that's what I wanted to go over today. I'm feeling really good so far. I'm not expecting to feel worse. However, I have gone up and down. My weight has fluctuated as I've noticed in the app, and I know why. Okay, 4 pieces of pizza will do it. Those types of things. I've gone over. I've gone way under a few days where I didn't eat enough. Okay, I'm kind of riding the brink of that today. So I'm trying to think what else. Physically, I mean, I feel great. I feel great. I feel mental clarity is a lot better. The lower carbohydrates, my carbohydrate levels are in accordance with my exercise levels. So I'm really burning all those carbs, and what I'm taking in for carbs is, I'm not eating sandwiches like I used to. Oh, I love sandwiches. So I'll substitute for, like a sweet potato. There's a lot of flexibility, as I mentioned in this program. That's a big positive. And then the accountability with Matt. As a sponsored athlete with Colorado Nutrition, I have not only a responsibility to myself to take care of myself so I can take care of my family, but it's also to represent Matt and Colorado Nutrition in the highest light. So I'm accountable to Matt. Now, whether you're a sponsored athlete with them or not, it doesn't matter. There's this kind of like little built-in accountability thing when you're going to see Matt. It's kind of like going to the dentist. You brush your teeth before you go to the dentist, right? Well, if you're going to see Matt, you're probably going to look at your nutrition and want to have some good results. When things are measured and they're tracked and there's accountability, that's when we start to see great results in whatever it might be that we're doing in life. What are some of the negatives of this program? Honestly, I can't really think of any. There are some periods of time getting started where you feel hungry. But what's cool is Matt has all the snacks designed in there. So, I do Cheerios, I do Chex Mix. You can also obviously, add in nuts and so forth, so to curb those cravings. But when we're on a time base, so hey, eat at these times during the day, it seems to keep our blood sugar where it needs to be, so we don't ride these highs and lows like after we eat a real high carb lunch and then we go back to work and then an hour later we're like ready to go to sleep. Well, that's what that's from, because our blood glucose levels have shot so high. We're all ready to go, and then they shoot back down. What we want to do is maintain that level throughout the day, increase for exercise, come down when it's ready to sleep, and so forth. So that's what I got going on right now. 21 days in. I think that's about it. Have a great week. Have a great Thanksgiving for everyone. I won't be back with another video until after Thanksgiving. So have a great one. Thanks for watching.